Do you want to come sit up here and be the judge? You're so smart.
I don't know. If you needed some help, ma'am, I wouldn't mind.
I feel like I might because I'm not understanding. You're charged with a third-degree felony offense of evading arrest or detention with the use of a vehicle, and that's from November 28th of 2020. The indictment further alleges that you were previously convicted of assault family violence, a third-degree felony, December 5th of 2014. And how do you plead to that charge?
Say that again.
So to the charge, let's start with just evading arrest or detention with the use of a vehicle from November 28th of 2020. How do you plead to that charge? Guilty or not guilty? It's guilty or not guilty. Either you did it or you didn't do it.
I thought that's what the plea was.
There's a plea agreement means in my court, you either enter a plea of guilty or not guilty.
Guilty. Fuck you.
Mr. Campbell, I understand that you're already doing time for a murder and that you don't really care about what's going on today.
I'm saying I plead no content because he never even went over the indictment with me.
Yeah.
I find that hard to believe. So here's the
To
thing.
actually be honest, I just only been here for like about 30 days. So I got like 3 weeks or 30 days and about 2 weeks of being here.
Here's a picture
in both
of here.
Yeah.
So, the nature of the crime, no cause number, and the magistrate, as far as the indictment, I never received one. And due to the fact of the nature of the charge of being from 2018, you have 5 years or 4 years to indict me to actually send that indictment. After
Sir, the
that's
allegation,
why I'm pleading no contest.
I'm not going to
I
allow.
find guilty. It's fine. Come on.
Here's the thing, I don't have to accept any plea agreement.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you can, in that evading arrest or detention case, if you go to trial and you're found guilty, it's habitual. You're looking at 25 to life. We can set it for trial. I'm not playing games and I'm not going to accept the disrespect. If you want me to follow this agreement and go along with the plea agreement and you can go on, do your time and be done with it, then we can get that done. But you're not going to show disrespect while we're doing it to me. Do you understand?
Yes.
So if you want to go forward, we'll go forward. If not, we'll set it for trial. Mr. Smith will get ready very quickly and we'll get your case tried within a month. And it'll be habitual 25 to life. What do you want to do?
It's 18 years.
No, the plea
If
agreement.
If you go to trial, listen to me, if
Yeah,
you go to
fine.
trial and you're found guilty and your prior convictions, stop talking over me. If you go to trial and you're found guilty and those prior felony convictions are true, then you're looking at habitual 25 to life. Today, there's an agreement for something different. I'm glad to accept that if that's what you want to do, but you're going to either accept responsibility and plead guilty or plead not guilty.
Yeah.
That's your choices. So let's go back then and cause number 21-36426. You're charged with a third-degree felony offense of evading arrest or detention with the use of a vehicle from November 28th of 2020. How do you plead to that charge? Guilty or not guilty?
That's what I'm saying. You saying assault family violence. The invading arrest is I
Listen.
plead guilty.
It's evading arrest or detention
But
with
what
the
are you
use.
looking at? I'm saying
I'm
Look.
looking at your indictment.
He's saying you got indicted for
I got that.
evading. In 2014,
Right.
you were
Hold on,
convicted of
just
something
Mr.
else. Okay.
You've probably already tried. Let me take care of it this way. Give me just a second. Which one is being dismissed? 5-1 or
39051.
okay. We're gonna
Make sure you don't get my information mixed up with him.
Who's?
Or whoever that information is, I ain't gonna say his name on the record.
That's not gonna be.
Just a second. It's taken care of.
I-
Place that
okay.
in front of your client, please. Now, that is cause number 21-36426. That indictment alleges in paragraph 1 that you committed the third-degree felony offense of evading arrest or detention with the use of a vehicle from November 28th of 2020. How do you plead to that charge?
I just pleaded no content. She didn't want to accept no content.
How do you plead to that charge? Guilty or not guilty? We're not going backwards, okay? I already told you you're not going to plead no contest.
Guilty or not? You plead guilty or not guilty?
So if I'm telling you no content, what is that?
It's nothing and it's nothing. You're not allowed, I can take a plea of no contest or I cannot take a plea of no contest. That is up to the court. You're not legally entitled to plea no contest if there's a plea bargain. I'm telling you, if you want me to accept the plea agreement, you're going to plead guilty or not guilty. I've already told you that. I'm not going to tell you again. If I have to tell you again, guilty or not guilty,
I'm saying.
period. I'm
That's
about
saying
to
that
set
I'm
your
not-
case for
that's saying
trial.
that I'm not, that's basically saying that I'm
We're not going to
guilty
argue the
or
law.
I'm not, or I'm guilty.
We're not arguing
That's
the law.
basically just saying that I
Doesn't-
state that.
I'm not going to
Go
argue
ahead,
the law
fine,
with
no
you.
guilty. Just sign, go ahead.
I
Put it
don't-
as guilty. Go ahead. That's what y'all want anyway. That's fine.
Listen,
I'm cool, ma'am. Just go ahead. and
well,
get
you're
the
not,
guilty.
you're really not being cool and you're making me very frustrated.
Ma'am, I respect your call. Just go ahead and give me the guilty.
Nothing here.
Plead guilty. There you
Okay,
go.
so you plead guilty to evading arrest or detention
Yes,
with the
ma'am.
use of a vehicle. Okay. The next count, the next paragraph that you're looking at says that you were previously convicted of assault family violence, December 5th of 2014. Is that true or not true that you have that conviction
That's
on your
true.
record? Okay.
And that's not the same
That's
case
okay.
as far as
Look-
evading arrest, ma'am. That's two different charges. So if you really want to be technical as far as being a habitual, that's called a repeated offender. But
Exactly. And that's,
that.
listen, so Mr.
That's
Campbell,
15.
wow.
I think.
Do you want to come sit up here and be the judge? You're so smart.
I don't know. If you needed some help, ma'am, I wouldn't mind.
I feel like I might because I'm not understanding. Mr. Campbell, you're getting a deal to go on count one only, which makes you a repeat. I get that you've been through this before and you understand what's going on, but you're making this more difficult. If you go to trial, you could be habitual. Today, if we take this great plea agreement, it's repeat. I understand that. I've been doing this for 30 years. Okay? So, did you enter your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily?
Guilty.
Did anybody force you to plead guilty today?
Nope.
Okay, so I have well, let's go to the next case then. In cause number, and here's that indictment. In cause number 22, 39050, you're charged with and in this case, we're just going on count one.
Count one only.
So in this case, we're going on count one only. So it's just the offense of tampering with physical evidence, a second-degree felony from November 28th of 2020. And how do you plead to that charge? Guilty or not guilty?
Pleading no content, but guilty now.
So are you pleading guilty to this charge?
Yeah. that's
Okay.
actually-
And did anybody force you to plead guilty in cause number 22, 39050?
We just answered it.
I know I have to ask you in each case. It's required by law. It's required by law that I ask you that in every case.
Just pleaded guilty.
Okay, and nobody forced you to do that, right? Speak up so the record can take it
No,
down.
I think you did. You did, but let's go. So no.
Okay, so I have in both of those cases here on the tablet, some documents that have your signature on them that the state's marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed those, did you go over them with Mr. Parker?
Stuff we
The
signed.
documents on the tablet, y'all have that? And do you understand if I follow the agreements that you've made with the district attorney, that you'll be waiving or giving any right to appeal? Yes or no, please? Do you understand that?
Understand what we signed, the document.
Okay, you have to answer out loud, yes or no, so that the record's clear that you understand, that I know you understand what you signed, okay? I'm not trying to, doesn't have to be that difficult. Just get in, get your deal and get out. You're making this way more difficult than it has to be. Do you also understand, if you're not a US citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest could result in your deportation? If you're not a US citizen, could result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law.
So what this is, Sodom.
I'm required to ask everyone that. Are you a US citizen?
Yeah.
Okay. State tenders number 1 in each case.
Objection.
It's admitted in each case. Is there any evidence that Mr. Campbell is not competent?
No, you're not.
You said
I just printed the wrong thing.
She asked me if I thought that there's evidence you weren't. I said, no, there's not. He's confident.
I just printed the wrong stuff. Did I print both of the
Give him the
certifications?
thing on that.
Sure.
Instead of
Blank.
please.
Okay. All right, Mr. Campbell, I'm going to find in each of your cases that you, Mr. Campbell, pay attention to me for a second, please.
Oh, fell, please. I ain't drinking,
Mr. Campbell, you ready?
yeah,
In cause number 21-36426, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty and true freely and voluntarily. Find that you're mentally competent and you understand the nature and the consequences of your plea. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time, find you guilty of evading arrest or detention with the use of a vehicle. Find that prior conviction true. Sentence you in accordance with your agreement to a term of 18 years in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Corrections. You will receive credit on that sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive.
so can you say that on record?
I'm on the
Yes.
record.
No, I'm saying say that, how long I've been in custody.
I don't know.
I've been
I
in
don't have that
custody going on
information.
5 years.
Okay, you'll get all the credit that
This is the turning point of the hearing. The judge makes it crystal clear. Stop playing games, choose trial, or take the deal. One wrong move here could turn 18 years into 25 to life. Question is, would you risk a trial or take the guaranteed sentence?
you are entitled to get by law. And cause number 22-39050, also find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time find you guilty of tampering with physical evidence. Sentence you in accordance with your agreement to a term of 18 years in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Corrections. You will also receive credit on that sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive. These two cases will run concurrently, which means together at the same time and concurrently with any other sentence that you're currently serving. I have signed a dismissal as part of this agreement in cause number 22-39051. I'm handing you in both of your cases the trial court certifications that shows these were agreements that I followed, and so you've waived your right to appeal. I've also handed you a written admonishment regarding your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. Because of the judgments entered against you, you're ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Possession of a firearm or ammunition could lead to charges against you. Firearm is a legal term. You should read that written admonishment. If you have any questions about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition or about how long it lasts, you can talk with your attorney. You can go back with the bailiff.
So do I get my papers for my time served?
Go back with the bailiff.
Is you gonna bring me my papers for my time
They
served?
have it at the jail.
Excuse me?
No, they have it at the jail. No. I told you.
You didn't tell me.
Why he wasn't that bad?
I mean, this one might be difficult, and Judge, this one's really gonna
He-
push you over the edge difficult.
This, if